this is what we get for doubting Yoru. Because to be honest with you, when this whole second battle against the Falling Devil began, I was on Yoru's side. She said that she was gonna take down a primal fear because she felt that she was powerful enough to do so. And when she first said that, I believed it. The last couple of chapters didn't exactly show that, because Yoru and Denji have been getting absolutely cooked almost as badly as they got cooked before, which there's a message there somewhere of how little these characters have grown in power, at least since the last time we met the Falling Devil. Character-wise, these characters have been through a lot. Denji, Yoru, and Asa have just been broken down, remolded, and broken again into just new characters. And this time, however, it seems what leads to a character's development may just be, honestly, either pure coincidence, luck, or what I think is, once again, the hands of death meddling in the world events. Because right as Yoru is dealt the killing blow, Falling Devil realizes that she may have gone a little too far, and she's like, oh my god, I accidentally killed War. Was War Devil always this weak? And it's funny because, like absolute clockwork, you know, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Because just as she says that, out of nowhere, Yoru is just gone. She disappears completely, and she blinks behind Falling Devil and takes the sword that was stabbing through her head and pierces Falling right in the back. And Falling tries to counter this, but Yoru has just received one of the biggest stat boosts that I've ever seen happen randomly in my entire life, because she slices Falling Devil into pieces, and when Falling Devil tries to counter again, she just grabs and just crushes Falling Devil, absolutely turns her into pieces. And it seems like potentially there's no coming back for her. Quite literally seems like with the piece up that Yoru's arms commit to, she suddenly had the actual strength behind her strikes to destroy a primal fear and have them not regenerate. Something that, honestly, I don't think we've ever seen done before. Makima couldn't destroy Darkness Devil, and now Falling Devil was in the lead until what just happened. And thankfully, unlike most Chainsaw Man chapters, we actually get the answer for why this power-up happened in the exact same chapter that it's revealed in, which is honestly revolutionary, and part of the reason why this chapter is so huge. And what happened is Yoru received a memory. Yoru received a glimpse into her past that actually reinvigorated the power within her. Essentially, without using fancy words, war, the concept of it, increased in the human mind. The concept of war became much more scary and much more fearful. And because of that, not only did Yoru's overall ability increase, her durability, her regeneration, and the amount of power she has in even just her raw bare hands, it seems like she may have awakened a devil power that was long forgotten to her, because Yoru actually begins to cry here. And the last time we've seen Yoru show any kind of emotion, it was surrounding her children, Gun Devil and Tank Devil. She had to sacrifice both of her children in order to fight Pochita back in the Aging Devil arc. Now, that implies to me that this devil, this long forgotten devil that was eaten by Chainsaw Man, that was one of the original reasons Yoru wanted to fight Pochita and make Pochita vomit up the devils it ate from the beginning, has now been reinvented by humankind. And the ramifications of this plot development go so further than just powering up Yoru against the Falling Devil, because this shows that no concept, no devil devoured by Chainsaw Man, erased from existence, is gone forever. They can reoccur if the correct circumstances are met.
This video is sponsored by GamerSupps, the ultimate energy and focus formula. GamerSupps is an awesome drink made up of a bunch of vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin D3, B6, B12, and vitamin H. All super good for you and your health, so it's not one of those awful sugar-filled concoctions that's gonna make you crash after drinking it. If you're still skeptical about it, go check out the link and use my code anyway. They are more than willing to send you some free samples and give you a chance to try their product for free. Use my code NOOP now for 10% off, and thank you GamerSupps for sponsoring the channel.
Now, we know from the very beginning of part 2 that nuclear weapons, even before part 2 honestly, was a devil that was eaten by Chainsaw Man and forgotten by man. However, because of the intensifying war of the Soviet Union and the United States, which has everything to do with the mass movement and handicap changing in the dynamic of world politics, with the fallen devil's gravity affecting the entire world, all of these new strong devils popping up, and with the death devil appearing, we know all of the strongest devils will be reappearing. Potentially, what that even means is that with the reappearance of the death devil, man, society, and the universe will slowly and coincidentally build their way towards recreating some of the worst devils in history. Because with the increase of devil population and devil threat across the entire world, as well as this intensifying war between the two powerhouses, America decided that it was time to create a weapon that could destroy the most strongest of devils. And remember, all the way back in the day when Falling Devil was first appearing, she outright mentioned that man had not yet developed a weapon that was powerful enough to destroy devils. And here, it's possible man did create a weapon that was capable of destroying devils. It was just long forgotten to time. But now, again, with all of the correct similar circumstances lining up again, America has recreated the nuke. And with the nuke being dropped upon multiple cities and probably killing and slaughtering thousands upon millions of people, without a doubt, the nuclear weapon devil will be reappearing. And that speaks to me that that is not the only devil that will be reappearing. Because with the concept of the Chainsaw Man cult also being introduced, all of these radical youth just protesting for no real purpose at all besides going for Chainsaw Man. And you also have all of these different events and coalescing things happening with, of course, the Death Devil, the Famine Devil, Falling Devil, and potentially even other devils that we don't know about, trying to influence the apocalypse in a way that it builds up Denji and Yoru to be strong enough to defeat her. What if part of that concept is bringing back devils that have always been forgotten? What if that was always the point? What if nukes aren't the only thing that are returning? What if the other concepts of death that were other possible endings for human life that Makima mentioned? What about, some of the diseases? What about Nazism, the Nazi devil? There's so many different things that could come from, again, the radical youth that are going off and could create and establish a whole new philosophy. Maybe that's how Nazism is born. What if with the Falling Devil's gravity reshaping the ocean, it awakens and brings back out sea serpents and fish that we've never seen and we long thought were extinct, and we get even, I don't know, man, things can get absolutely crazy up in here with the knowledge that this is possible. And I think this is a big chapter of Chainsaw Man and was worth the wait, fully and wholeheartedly, because again, for the last couple of chapters, feeling a little bit aimless as to where the story was going, we weren't really sure. There were good moments in the chapter. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't like the chapters, because I know some people sometimes think when I say that it's I thought the chapters were bad. I think this is bringing us right back into big revelations of storytelling, and as always, I'm all the more for it. And while the Fujimoto cycle can be exhausting sometimes, it's a train I'll never be getting off of. And you guys already know that. So hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe so you don't miss any future Chainsaw Man reviews. Next week's chapter is sure to get even crazier, and I'm all here for it. I will see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Drink more water. Peace, peace, peace.